when it's all blown over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then all of a sudden I'm going to hit you with something cool, like a bunch of fucking candles.
Ooh,
and like a new book.
God damn!
That might be the best idea I've ever had. Please act surprised when I do it.
I will act so surprised. Can I go with you?
Yeah, you just want to do that, and I'll just buy.
That's fine. Okay. You don't even have to do that. I just want the company. I want the outing to go get a new book. That sounds fun.
I need to sit on the floor of Barnes & Noble reading
same.
the back of books with you.
Of every book.
And
Yeah.
giggling or being like, not this one.
This one's stupid. These vampires are in space.
It doesn't even make sense. And then I'll be like,
Lame.
but are they in dark matter?
That's actually how they were created. Oh, got a new
What if-
young adult novel coming your way.
What if that's how they're invisible?
They're made out of dark matter?
Like,
well,
they
they
can just, like-
are. They do have a very dark soul, right? Ooh, I think we're onto something.
Suddenly, space vampires makes perfect sense. Thank you for
Could that be my band name? Suddenly Space Vampires. And then they appeared. Oh shit, suddenly Space Vampires. It sounds like the cover of a Goosebumps novel.
It does. I
Suddenly
love
Space Vampires. And like that spooky font that goes up.
it. Yeah, that like drips.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Goosebumps font.
What is that? But it like
Okay.
goes up in like at an angle. You know what I mean?
You would know. You would know.
Yeah, I'll make it. It'll be a shirt. Suddenly Space Vampires.
Oh, no. Made out of dark matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Erin, do you want to hit me with your goddamn?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. So, actually, the greatest act of love that I have
Ooh.
ever experienced
Yes.
has been presented to me so far.
What?
My husband, my darling husband,
Oh,
Brandon.
this is so sweet.
Oh, my God. You have no idea.
Okay, she's acting now. She's acting now. I got you down. I know you're fucking
I know where
bullshitting me.
you're fucking going with this. He came home and he was like, hey, I got you something. It's in the back of my truck. And I was like,
Is it a cat? Is it a dog? Is it a squirrel? Is it roadkill?
It
Is
was a hawk.
What?
It was a hawk. He was like, he was driving and he saw a dead hawk and he was like, Erin would like that. So then he stopped, he pulled over and he fucking put it in the back of his truck and was like, hey, babe, I got something for you.
You have a dead hawk now.
No, I don't. So
What
I
happened?
did, obviously.
Okay.
He brought it and I looked at it, but it was way too rough.
Oh.
Like it had been dead for a minute.
Like you're not saving any wings.
No, like it was not okay, and there was flies all over it, which means that there's gonna be
Ooh.
maggots all over it.
Yeah.
And the like talons and stuff too were all like messed up. They were all flaky and stuff.
Did he not pay attention to what the fuck he was grabbing?
I don't care because at this point I was like, that's literally the nicest thing that you've ever done for me. That like it was one of those things that you would never expect someone to do for you, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but it's like top tier.
a top
The
tier.
coolest shit.
The most, I don't know, incredible act of gesture of love.
You're right. That is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And something that I would die for and not expect from my own husband.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect it from him. Like, if you were like, do you think that he would? I'd be like, yeah, probably. If I asked him to, he
Yeah,
would
but
go
you'd have
pick
to
it up.
be there and be like, go get it.
Exactly. But he did it on his own. He was driving by and he was like, it was like seeing a flower stand and being like, oh, my
I'll
wife
get her
deserves flowers. Yeah. No.
How much are they? 10?
Mhm. But he was driving. He
I'll
saw,
give you 15. Keep
saw
the
it
5.
just laying there and he was like, you know who would love that?
I do
Erin.
that shit for myself every time I see roadkill. Like, there was a raccoon on the side of the road, and I'm like, I need a raccoon hide.
Yeah, but how often do you actually stop? Because I've
Never.
seen him too, and you're
Yeah.
like, I want to, but
I
like,
don't know how to skin a raccoon. And I don't know why that's stopping me, because I'm always up to learn.
Yeah, I feel like Google would help, or YouTube.
Also, you know how many people would find it so unsettling that your husband brought you a dead bird as a gift?
Yeah.
Like, that is serial killer level shit. And we are like,
How
Wow.
fucking sweet.
you are lucky.
I'm so lucky.
So, wow. Good thing
Yeah.
you put a ring on that one, you know?
If I end up murdered, people are going to look back and be like, well, he brought her a fucking roadkill.
Yeah. It's one of the fucking signs.
The signs were all there. How did she not see this coming?
It won't be Brandon, though.
I was blinded by love. And roadkill.
Oh, my God. That's beautiful.
Yeah, but I had to tell him, like, thanks. I appreciate it. I was like, I appreciate this so much.
Like,
this is
please do
literally-
this again.
Yeah, the nicest thing. And don't ever stop doing it. But, like, there's nothing usable on this one. But but please do it again.
It was a teachable moment.
Yeah.
It's like when they bring you...
I would rather him continue bringing them, though, and, like, me look at it than him be like, nah, I don't think that one was good. You know?
Yeah. But it's like when they bring you coffee or something and you're like, I really like this. This is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But, like...
It needs more cream.
Yeah, like I want caramel in it.
Yeah. It has to be good.
Yeah. I don't want this one again. Like, don't just get the house blend.
Yeah. But I appreciate the gesture, you know?
I'm going to drink this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gross.
But I hate it. Yeah, that's pretty much what this hawk was. But, oh, man, I was so in love that day.
Aw, did he get a solid blowy that night?
I mean, probably.
Anyway, so do you want to hear my goddamn?
I would love to.
I found a second gray hair in my fucking head.
Oh, how special.
No, was my
Bitch,
first
you were wearing a
Okay, listen.
cheetah print tracksuit, and you're surprised you have gray hair.
Our Costco PJs, all right? And like I said earlier, I didn't have a chance to shower till right before you came, so I wasn't going to shower and get dressed.
I feel like you got dressed up.
Well, yeah, I had to wear matching PJs. We're being recorded. Anyway, was my first gray hair a goddamn previously?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I couldn't remember either, but I remember the day I found the gray hair was devastating. And then I found the second gray hair.
Are you going to keep them forever, or are you pulling them out? Like, what's your...
My game plan? What's
Yeah.
my game plan? I'm going to fucking get some Roundup and spray the weeds down up there. What do you mean? No, I'm not going to keep it.
You're going to pluck them? Your hair's already thin.
I already... Thanks! Now I feel really great about my life. Tell me I'm pretty.
You're so
We're
pretty.
leaving the podcast.
I told you, you
Thank
look like you got dressed up today. You have fucking bangle jewelry on.
That's just my normal bracelets.
Oh, I
They're
didn't
not
buy
bangle.
it for you, so it's expensive.
Oh,
and
this
nice.
one? This is somebody was like, will you be my officiant for my wedding? And then it's a knot for like tie the knot.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I know. I will wear if anybody gets a bracelet, I will wear it. It's especially special if you give it to me. Especially special?
It's especially special. My handcuff bracelet broke. I don't know if you're aware of that. Also, the one that Critty got us
Yeah.
also broke with eyeballs on it. I have no bracelets right now.
Oh, no.
I
We have to
only
fix
have...
that. Maybe I'll braid it out of my fucking gray hair for you.
Okay.
Why is there so many gray hairs?
You have two?
I have two that I know of. If there are two, there are thousands.
This isn't like roaches.
Yes. Yes, it is. Gray hairs are exactly like roaches.
It's the two you can see.
Oh, no. And they're right up front. I'm going to have a fucking lightning bolt.
Oh,
streak
that'll
of
be
gray.
so cute. I want to see them. Show me later, okay?
Okay. I need a mirror.
Okay. I can't
A
see
mirror.
it. Mirror?
I was thinking. So I found one and I ripped it out. And I was horrified. It was the first time I found one. And then later I found it and I was like, oh my God, it's so long. My hair grows really fast. But now this one is like, it's like the new hairs. And I'm like, what if that's the one I plucked? And that's just another gray hair that I happened upon.
Oh, could be.
Well, listen, if I bleach my hair again, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, you won't even tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I should inspect mine. I bet I got some too.
Yeah, if you look close enough, I'm sure you do. Sure you do. I've never seen them on your head, though, and I've probably seen every hair on your head.
You've seen a lot of hairs on my head.
Yeah. Anyway, so do you want to hear my murder story this week?
I do.
All right, here on episode 179 of I Said Goddamn. Goddamn. This week, I'm going to tell you about Nicole Vanden Herk.
All right.
Nicole was born July 4th, 1980.
Independence Day?
Independence Day, but she lived in Germany, in Erkelenz, Germany, to be exact. So she
Okay.
didn't give a fuck about July 4th.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, y'all over there celebrating?
Yeah. I was going to
Fuck
say,
that.
I don't know. Do they celebrate? Probably not.
Well, no.
Hard no.
Why would they celebrate American Independence Day?
I don't know. Maybe they're like, good for you. We celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Good for you. Fuck yeah. Give me a goddamn margarita.
I mean, that's just a party.
Well, maybe they have
It is a
parties
party.
with solo cups
Do you think
and
they
shit.
have a... Yeah, okay.
I really don't know. Probably they give zero fucks, which don't blame them. So anyway, she was born on July 4th.
Okay.
Super exciting. Nicole's mother was single when she was born. Not when the mom was born, but when Nicole was born.
Okay. I was too.
But shortly after her birth, her mother met a Dutchman, and the three of them moved to the Netherlands, where her mother and stepfather married.
Okay.
Now, her stepfather's name is Ad, like A-D.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I'm saying that right. Can't fuck that up, right?
I don't think you can.
Okay, so he was Ad Vanden Herk. So she gets his last name from him.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
9 years later, after the marriage, in 1989, Nicole's mother and her stepfather ended up getting a divorce.
Aw.
I guess her mother suffered from like some sort of mental illness or whatever. I don't know if that's what led to the divorce, but they got divorced and Nicole's stepfather, Ad, was awarded custody of Nicole.
The hell?
I know. So that's why I was thinking it must have been something like
Something's wrong.
enough, or maybe she made the decision like, you're more fit. I don't know the circumstances, but isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Okay, so now Nicole's living with her stepfather. In April of 1995, so this is 6 years after the divorce, Nicole's mother committed suicide.
Oh, fuck. That sucks.
That's so tough. And at this time, Nicole is 15.
Yeah.
And she's now living with her grandmother, Ad's mother. So, like, it's her step-grandmother, but she considers them all like family. He's been
Yeah.
in her life
Yeah.
since she's basically been born, right? And they're living in Eindhoven, which is a city in the Netherlands.
Crushed it.
Yeah, hopefully. In October of that same year, Nicole was working a seasonal job at a bakery at a local shopping center, and she would ride her bike to work regularly. Like, that's how she got to and from work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Friday, October 6th, 1995, and Nicole leaves her grandmother's house on her bike, and she sets out to go to work.
Okay.
However, she never arrives for her shift, and her work is obviously worried and reaches out to her grandmother to be like, hey, is Nicole going to come to work today?
Yeah.
And her grandmother was like, the fuck you mean? Like, she should be there. And obviously she's worried, so she calls the police to report her missing.
Oh, good.
At 6 p.m. the same day, Nicole's bike was found in River Dommel, which is near a water treatment facility,
Uh-oh.
which was like 5 minutes from the shopping center that she had worked at. Now, please keep in mind that these are loose estimates as to where everything was found, because I literally was Googling the shopping mall that she worked at and then Dommel River. So, like, wherever it brought me on Google Maps,
Yeah.
I don't know where on the river her bike was found, but essentially it's all in the same area. Like, it's pretty close to where she would have been traveling.
Okay. Was it like along the way or farther from her house?
I don't know where she lived,
Okay.
but it was literally like the street straight down runs into the Dommel River. So maybe it was, or maybe it was just past where her intended place was, if she was like abducted or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now listen. Between October 6th and October 17th, police search the river and nearby forest and come up empty-handed. They're looking for any kind of clue of where she's at, but they're not
shit.
finding anything.
Yeah.
They interviewed a ton of her friends and family, but they never get a solid lead. Everybody's just like, she literally fucking disappeared, and just her bike
no.
is here. On the 19th, however, they discover Nicole's rucksack near the Eindhoven Canal.
The fuck's a rucksack? Like a backpack?
Like a backpack, yeah. I think it's just like a small little backpack that she would carry her shit in, like a purse, but like a
Bigger.
rucksack, you know.
All right.
And like I said, this canal where they found her backpack or rucksack, it was all in the same area, like pretty close to, I think I tried to Google it, but again, it's like where on the canal? I don't fucking know.
Where it shows up.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like a 20-minute walk from where Dommel River landed when I Googled Dommel River.
Okay.
So I don't know 100% sure, but again, all in the same area, not too far away. It's possible to walk there. I feel like the canal wasn't on her route.
Okay.
I don't know that for sure again, but like based off of Google, it makes like a triangle almost. Like, what the fuck? What's going on here? Something weird is happening.
She might have been moved to a second location.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. Again, don't have any solid evidence, speculating wildly.
Yeah.
So based on this find, the police start to focus their attention on the canal a lot to search for her because they're like, her fucking belongings are here.
Yeah.
So this is a good spot to search now because they've already searched everywhere her bike is and came up empty-handed. So they literally get divers and stuff, and they're
shit.
like looking in the canal, looking everywhere, and they're like trying to find her.
Mm-hmm.
In late October, a man calls the police, and he admits to knowing where Nicole was.
Okay.
Out of
sir.
fucking no. Yeah, hey, hot tip real quick.
Yeah.
I know you guys have been really busy all month, but like, sorry to bother you, but I have a hot lead.
I fucking forgot to call earlier.
I've had it on my to-do list.
I saw you guys searching for something, and I'm wondering if it might be this girl.
Yeah, I might have a little piece of information for you. All right.
Seems suspicious, pal.
Yeah, guy, why do you know this?
Yeah.
So the police are like, okay, this guy sounds credible. Like, what's going on here?
Sounds credible.
He sounds credible. He's like, I know where this girl is.
What, you guys looking for a body? What kind? Right this way.
You'll not believe what I have in store for you.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. So he's like, yeah, I know where Nicole is. But then the phone cuts out.
Oh.
Oh, how convenient,
The
sir.
hell? Who's playing games?
This motherfucker's stirring the goddamn pot.
Also, I'm assuming that this person is going to be the murderer. But
Oh, are you?
that's what I'm assuming.
Are you?
But like, what, sir? Life or longer if you're trying to get away with it. Like,
I don't
what are you doing
understand
here?
that shit.
Yeah.
That shit where like people are taunting the police or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so the police are like a fucking clue, right?
Yeah.
And so they can't trace the call. They don't know who it is, so they air the guy's voice or something. Like I guess they recorded it or something. I don't know.
And they're like, who recognizes this motherfucker?
Whose voice is this?
Yeah.
This reminds me so much of
Yep.
Yeah.
The Delphi murders?
Yeah, the Delphi murders, the down the hill little clip. So they put it out all over the airwaves and nobody hits. Nobody is like, I know who that is.
Yeah.
And nobody is like, that's me. So that's a dud.
That's me. Oh, I forgot. I was going to call you and show you guys where that body was.
You know, and I got distracted.
We got disconnected. I forgot to call back.
Again, I'm very sorry. Anyway,
My
so it's kind
God.
of like another dead end.
Yeah.
Although they're getting some sort of like, okay, we're finding things slowly, but
Okay.
like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah, but now they're like at the mercy of this person to like come forward again,
Yeah,
right?
like where the fuck is she? So during this whole time they're searching for her, the police start to question if maybe she had just run away to Germany to go live with her extended family, because that's where her mom was from and where she was born. She moved to the Netherlands with her stepfather.
But she ditched her bike and her backpack, rucksack.
what a weird, like, oh, you know what? I'm out
I
of
don't
here.
need this anymore.
I'm 15 and I know how to fucking jump countries.
I don't need clothes where I'm going.
I don't need transportation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need pockets and money or literally anything else that might be in my backpack, rucksack.
I guess maybe if you thought about it, like if she had set up a ride from someone or something like that, and then
But
she's
you
like,
wouldn't ditch your
"Then I'll go."
backpack, especially a 15-year-old. She'd be
Yeah.
like, these are all the things that are important to me.
Yeah,
like
true.
something from my stepfather, maybe something from my grandmother to be like, this is the things that I'll remember.
But what if it was weighing her down? What if she was like, this is all for show? So, because my grandma knows I always take this rucksack with me when I go bake goods. So I better take this with me. And then she's like, ditch it in a bush.
I mean, that's a really well planned out escape runaway for
True.
a 15-year-old.
I don't think it's very likely either. But
Yeah.
so the police are kind of like, well, I don't know. Maybe she just left on her own accord. Like, I
Yeah.
don't fucking know. And the grandma who was living with her at the time, right, was like, actually, she very well could have. I don't know.
What?
I know.
Grams.
Grams.
You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to be like, go find her.
But I think maybe she was thinking, like, maybe, like, hoping, you
Yeah.
know, like, oh, you know, she could have, and she could be living her best life, and that's just what she chose to do.
I mean, that's what happened to my cat.
Cat totally got eaten by a coyote.
She's out there living her best life, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
She adopted a new family. Everything's fine.
Everything is fine, totally fine. Yeah, that's what Grams was doing. Was like, everything's great, everything's fine.
Yeah,
but
she's
her
probably great. She's probably married by now.
oh
fell
yeah,
in love.
kids.
Yeah.
I'm a
Kids?
great grandma.
What's it been, 4 weeks?
She's got a new identity, everything. She's probably got a perm. I don't know.
Yeah, when she comes back with my great-grandchild, it's going to be so funny. Just
Can't
a story
wait.
to tell.
Christmas is going to be great. So Grams is, hoping for the best. And
Yeah.
her stepfather, Ad, is like, no. There's no fucking way she would have left without telling us.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. Something bad definitely happened. Like, look, her fucking bike, her rucksack. What the hell? Right?
Yeah.
And because of this, her stepfather starts to openly criticize the police in the way that they're handling the investigation. He's
I
like,
like it.
what the fuck? Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Like, I'm starting to get pissed now, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
energy.
I do too. Like, come on. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
That's my baby girl.
Yeah. And then on November 22nd, someone was hiking in the woods between the towns of Mirlo and Lierop
Okay.
and came across human remains that were kind of buried under some leaves.
Oh, no.
And they called the police.
Oh, no. How far away is this now?
These woods are pretty close to her grandmother's. Again, like all in the same vicinity area. It's not like you had to drive hours.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's really sad.
The remains were positively identified as Nicole's,
Mm.
and an autopsy was performed. It was determined that she had suffered 2 fractures to her jaw, as well as stab wounds to her head, fingers, and ribs.
What the fuck?
Right? Like, what is going on?
I would
al-
assume it's defensive.
Yeah.
On the fingers.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
sure.
That's really sad.
I'm sure. Additionally, it was determined that she had been raped. That's the worst part. Okay, sorry. Again, I'm always late on the trigger warnings. But to be fair, it's because I don't know what I'm going to read next. I don't remember.
You just sprung that one out there.
Sorry. Her cause of death was found to be due to internal bleeding from the stab wounds.
Oh, baby.
Obviously, an investigation is launched, and a
Yeah.
local woman by the name of Celine comes forward
Dion.
and she claims, I did write the last name, but I'm pretty sure there's a typo. So her name's just Celine.
Okay.
It could have been Dion.
I think it might have been. I remember this.
Yeah, you do. It's like in the lyrics of the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a woman by the name of Celine comes forward and she claims that she knows who murdered Nicole.
Oh?
Bum, bum, bum.
Tell us about it, Celine.
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
what Celine said.
Okay.
So Celine was like, That's what you're here for, right?
That's what I'm here for.
So Celine had actually been detained in Miami
Oh, okay.
for drug trafficking.
Uh-oh.
So she's in Miami and she's like, well, you will not believe what I have in store for you. This little pocket of information. That girl Nicole that's fucking missing in the Netherlands, I know what happened, or who wound up murdered in the Netherlands. I know what happened. I know who did that shit. And Miami police were like, yo, Netherlands, you're going to want to talk.
Yeah.
We got some tea to spill.
Yeah.
Grab your popcorn.
And the Netherlands was like, cool, can you extradite her?
Cool. What's her name?
Cool. What, Celine?
Dion? As in Dion?
We don't want her then. If it's not Celine Dion, it's not credible.
Exactly. So Celine says that she had actually gotten tied up in this like drug smuggling ring because she knew who the killer was. Like, because she found this out, in order to keep herself safe, she had to smuggle drugs. Now, this kind of confuses me. Like, how does that work out? Like,
I get it. I could see it.
how?
I could draw some lines.
Okay.
Oh, like
Paint
you
the
want me to
picture.
draw 'em? Okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Because I have only one line drawn. That's the only one I can figure out, and I wonder if it's the same one.
I mean, it's got to be like she knows what happened. Like
Yeah.
she obviously met the person or whatever. He's a shady person. She's already kind of in the shady business because she's hanging out with the wrong people. And then they were like, okay, well, we're going to murder you. And she was like, holy shit, I'm not going to tell anyone. And then they're like, okay, well, now you have to be like basically implicate yourself in some other,
That's the only thing I can come up with.
in some
like,
other crime. So
you
that
do something
don't-
illegal, so I have a carrot dangling over your head that if you
Exactly.
turn me in, I'm going to turn you in for this.
Yeah.
But she got bested for it, so she's like, hey, guess what? I fucking know who did it.
Yeah. She was like, I don't even want to be here.
Fuck this shit.
I hate Miami.
Ugh. Bienvenidos.
Miami.
Miami.
Whatever.
Welcome, Miami. Not even welcome to, just welcome, Miami.
Welcome, Miami.
Welcome, Miami. Anyway, okay, so that's her fucking story, and she's sticking to it, right?
Yeah.
Now, it turns out Celine actually knew Nicole's family. So her stepfather, Ad, was like, I fucking believe her.
Yeah.
I know her. I trust her. I think she's onto something.
Listen, I know her and I trust her, but like I feel like she should have come forward a month ago if I know you and I trust you.
Right? But
I
like,
get that you're dealing with shady people, but at
Right?
the same time,
Right?
bro, that's my
Right?
baby girl.
yeah, but like if she's like, I don't want to fucking get murdered.
Oh, listen, neither did she. So
That was deep. Yeah, seriously though. Okay, so, however,
okay.
even though we're all like, okay, what's up, Celine? Give us the tea, right?
Yeah.
It is quickly determined that Celine's story is not lining up. It doesn't match up with what actually happened, and it's flawed and unsubstantiated. So she is let go, and there's nothing further in that area. So
That's
they
it?
continue the search. That's fucking it.
What did she tell us who it was?
If they did, they didn't tell us.
Like it was Air France.
Yeah.
He's over there.
Mm-hmm.
And they went and looked at him.
And then they were like, doesn't line up, doesn't match up. But again, they withheld a lot of information in this case as it was happening. So it's kind of sketchy on the details. Like even the fact that she was stabbed was withheld from the public. So like her cause of death, I don't think was ever publicly released. And it might have been determined, her cause of death, based off of the trial and everything that's going to happen that I'm about to tell you about. Or it came out later and I'm now getting it because I'm researching it.
Yeah.
But like it was kind of hush hush. They were probably keeping the information to see like whoever's the killer, how did she die?
Yeah. Yeah. So you can get more information or make sure it's the right whatever.
Exactly. Like
lines
somebody's
up.
not falsely confessing or blaming somebody like Celine in this case, which we don't know if it's false or not. All we know is that the police were like, guess what? Doesn't line up. We
Maybe
don't believe
she's just
her
trying
lead.
to save her skin from Miami.
Oh, like
Like,
don't look at me anymore.
like
Create a diversion.
I'm going to be out of trouble if I tell you about this other thing.
Kind of like when people like the jailhouse confessions when they come and stand in as a witness.
And they get a lighter sentence on whatever it was that they were doing if they snitch on somebody else.
Maybe we're on to you, Celine.
Celine.
But that's pretty fucked up if that's like a family friend.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so months go by, and now we're in this summer of 1996. And Nicole's stepfather, Ad, is publicly fucking pissed about the police. And
Yeah.
he's like, the fuck? I am very dissatisfied.
Yeah.
I don't know if the police care or not, but
1 star. Wish I could leave it 0 stars.
leaving reviews on the sidewalk outside.
Yeah.
Hate this place. He's just not happy with how everything's going. It's really slow. It feels like they get a lead. It's a roller coaster ride for him.
Yeah.
The fuck, yo?
And he doesn't know what happened to his baby girl.
Right? Well, here's
I mean,
the
he knows
kicker.
what happened, but he doesn't know.
Yeah.
There's no justice.
Right? So here's the kicker. The police start to take an interest in him as a main suspect.
What?
And that, yeah. And,
Stop.
And Ad is like, stop fucking wasting your time on me. Like, I didn't kill her. That's my baby girl, right? Like, it wasn't me. And now you're really fucking up the investigation because you're wasting your time looking at me.
Stop.
Exactly.
Stop.
Exactly what you would expect a murderer to say, right?
Stop.
Okay. Right?
I don't like this. I trusted him.
You trusted Ad.
I did.
Well.
Stacy. I did not think it could be him. I trusted him. He was her only fucking family, basically.
Well, get this shit. Are you ready?
Yeah. It wasn't him. Cool.
Seemingly out of nowhere, Nicole's stepbrother, she had a stepbrother named Andy, is arrested on May 22nd.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. He was held for 5 days and then released. So obviously, out of nowhere, he became a main suspect.
Okay. Is this stepbrother Ad's son?
Yes.
Okay.
All in the same house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's released because there's zero evidence to suggest that Andy is even involved whatsoever. Doesn't
Okay.
support anything. And the police publicly announce him as no longer a prime suspect.
Okay.
So they're just going fucking crazy. They're like just picking people. Like,
They're like, you.
Ad. And Ad's like, you're fucking wasting your time. And they're like, okay, Andy. And Andy's like, I have no fucking evidence to suggest that I have done anything.
Yeah.
And then they release him. And every time they're doing this, the public is like, fucking gotcha. Because this is like very widely publicized.
I bet. Yeah.
So-
it's going to drag that person's name.
Then in June, her stepfather, Ad, is arrested for her murder.
I don't like this. Oh, my God.
But again, just like Andy, there's no real evidence to support that he murdered her. So he's released and cleared as a suspect.
How do you get arrested for it?
I don't fucking know how the Netherlands work, but they just arrest your ass. And they keep you for days. So I don't know what
Coming
they're
with
doing.
us.
Coming with us. And we're going to
You don't know what they do? Well, they probably question you and
put you in a
interrogate
cell. And then they're like, fuck, man, they don't know either.
We
like,
really
none of
got
this is lining
nothing.
up. None
my
of this is lining
God.
up. So I feel like, not to harp on the police or anything, but I feel like they are grasping at straws.
Yeah.
Because there's probably a lot of pressure. Like this pretty little 15-year-old girl just died
Yeah.
in a horrific way in their safe little town. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's got to be family, right? Okay.
I mean, she was on her way to work.
Yeah.
She left the house to go to work.
yeah. But like family would know if you're going to work.
Yeah, but I feel like family would take the opportunity in the safety of your home.
Yeah, like where no one knows
Yeah.
what's going on. So now after it's clear that investigators don't have a fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah.
To put it nicely.
Yeah.
And so after a while, the case starts to go cold because this is all back and forth right after she's found, like a couple months after she's found, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as time goes on, the investigative team is cut down. So then there's only a handful of detectives on the case. So we used to be like this whole thing, we're going to solve it. And then as the interest kind of sizzles down, they start cutting detectives from the team. And it's just like, all right, this is something that in your free time, if you can try to figure out the puzzle, then that'd be great.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that sad?
That's really sad.
Meanwhile, her stepbrother Andy moves to the UK and carries on with his life. His sister died. There's some shit going on. I'm going to go live in the UK.
Yeah. I mean, what else is he supposed to do? It's
Until...
a horrible thing. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, hold on. Until 2004, a cold case team picks up Nicole's case again
Uh-huh.
and begins to reevaluate the evidence.
Uh-huh.
But once again, nothing ever comes of it.
God damn it. This is a roller coaster. Stop it.
So
You're playing with
funny.
my emotions. I'm like, it was a stepdad. I didn't want it to be him. What was a stepbrother? I mean, sometimes it's hard to live in a house with someone for a long time.
And not rape and kill them.
I mean, yeah,
a boy's going to be a boy or whatever that's
The boys will be boys.
Yeah, there you go. That was the dumbest way for me to say that.
A boy is going to be a boy. I want to yell it at someone.
Let's just fuck up common sayings like that all the time just to irritate people. Like, that'll be our small flex.
Yeah, yeah.
People will just be like,
That's not it.
life is such.
You know, an eye for a foot. That's what I always say.
So stupid. All right. It goes cold again, right?
Okay. I hate it.
Then in 2011, we get a lead.
Okay.
Okay. So a Facebook post is made.
Okay. Real credible. Here we go.
Get ready for this.
Yeah.
On Andy's account,
Uh-oh.
the stepbrother's account now,
Uh-oh.
on March 8th, 2011. And it said, and I quote, I will be arrested today for the murder of my sister. I confessed. We'll get in contact soon.
What?
How are you
Will?
gonna get in contact? Yeah, like I
we'll
will
get in contact soon.
We'll get in contact soon. Well, yeah. There was a
Per
couple
my
different...
previous post.
Yeah, per my line above. I'll be back.
What the hell?
He then walked to the local police station, because remember, he's living in the UK at this time. He walks to the local police station and confesses everything and is arrested.
What?
He's fucking arrested. He was then extradited to the Netherlands and arrested there also, right? Like they fucking, we're going to keep this one.
Kept arrested.
Don't let him go.
They were like, now we got him.
And he was held for 5 days before being released again.
What?
Because there was an extreme lack of evidence that he actually had murdered his stepsister. After his release, he issued another statement claiming that his father was actually the one responsible for Nicole's murder.
And what? Like your account got hacked?
No, he said that Ad had raped Nicole and that she had gotten pregnant, and so he had killed her to cover up what he had done. I'm sorry, what? What?
Oh my God.
Of course, the stepfather, Ad, is like, oh, no, I didn't kill her. In fact, Andy, his own son, was the one who actually impregnated her and murdered her.
So
like,
now they're turning on each other?
they're turning on each other.
So it was someone in the family.
Bum, bum, bum.
Was it both of them? Were they both horrible people?
I will tell you.
Oh, you know?
With the family placing blame and pointing at each other.
They were like, now no one can play with the iPad.
Yeah, exactly.
You're both going to jail.
You guys aren't allowed to touch shit anymore.
Yeah.
Well, there's a renewed interest in the case.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was like cold for a while. Now everybody's like, you did it. And everybody's like, oh yeah, what the fuck happened with Nicole? Like, what's going on there? Who
Stirring
did it?
up family drama.
And investigators get permission to exhume Nicole's body to gather more detailed DNA evidence.
Did they know if she was pregnant during the autopsy that they performed?
No, but I guess that they knew she was raped. Now, it was 95, so I don't know what kind of DNA is being processed or what they're determining.
Well, in 87, they could do DNA profiling.
Yeah, on like genomes or whatever, right?
Yeah, well, they could be like,
oh yeah, the full profile.
it was definitely this guy.
I don't think they had that in this case until after they exhumed her body. I don't know for sure. Again, the details are a little sketchy, but they exhumed her body because you can do now more detailed DNA shit, right?
Yeah.
So they do that, and they find 3 DNA samples, all semen, from 3 different men found in Nicole.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? The following day, her stepfather, Ad, submits his DNA so that he could be cleared as a suspect. He's like, you got DNA? You got 3 of them? Check to see if any of it's mine, because it ain't going to be fucking mine, right? Swabby-dobby.
I fucking trust him still. Because who gives up their DNA?
Unless they're trying to do a fucking decoy. Pee in this cup for me. Go donate your DNA for me.
Yeah, but they'd be like, give it to me, present it.
Present it. That's what I always say when I'm asking for DNA.
That's what I always say.
Anyway, so there's DNA fucking evidence on 3 men.
Okay.
Ad is like, take my DNA.
Yeah, he whips out his DNA.
Now, here's what's really weird is like nothing happens in the case after this. So I'm guessing like Ad's DNA was not a match.
Okay.
And that was like 2011, right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's just fucking quiet. Like, hey, we got all this DNA. And then nothing. Until June of 2012.
Okay. And they were like, actually, it matches Ad.
Just
we
kidding.
forgot to check it.
Just kidding. As of June 2012, they still don't have a match for any of the DNA. And that's like a couple months later, years later, a fucking year later.
Jesus.
They're still just like quiet. Like, oh, well, it wasn't Ad. It must have not been Ad because they don't have a match on any of the DNA.
Okay.
Then 18 months later after that, in January of 2014,
Jesus Christ.
there's a fucking DNA hit.
Okay.
Oh my God. How much drama is all this, right? A 46-year-old man who was a convicted rapist by the name of Yosta Graves was arrested in his home in connection with Nicole's murder.
So it wasn't the dad or the stepbrother?
Why was there semen everywhere? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Why were they blaming each other? And
Okay.
posting on Facebook about it?
Crazy, right? In April of 2014, Yas was charged with the rape and murder of Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to trial, and his defense called into question the validity of the DNA testing and asked for a further assessment to be done. His defense pointed out that there was a total of 3 men's DNA found on Nicole, and that Yas and Nicole could have had consensual sex. Yas would have been around like 27 at the time. Yeah, so what they're saying is like, it is possible. You don't know if it was consensual or not. And just because you found his DNA here, there's also 2 other men's DNA that you need to also question. They're just as likely to have murdered her.
Yeah.
If that's your theory, that whoever jizzed here also stabbed here.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that on a cross stitch. You know, hanging in my
He
home.
who jizzes here also stabs here.
Behold,
Thou shalt not.
stab or jizz here. Please, thank you. Carry on. That is really what I'm going to put on a cross stitch.
Thou shalt not stab or jizz here.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Yeah, and I'm hanging outside this fucking door.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
This is a jizz-free zone.
Yeah, it is. Oh, God. Okay, so they're like, hey, it could have been any of these 3 men. Just because his jizz was around in and around the vicinity of a murder scene does not mean that he then murdered her.
Well, when there's other jizz also present and he doesn't even have any friends.
How you know he ain't got no friends?
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Fucking Yas. This friendless ass motherfucker.
This guy.
Okay, so now the trial's getting pretty tricky because basically the prosecution doesn't have any solid facts to prove that Yas actually killed Nicole. And his defense is doing a pretty damn good job at poking holes in the prosecution's claims.
I mean, it's fair if there were 3.
Yeah. Like, who are those other 3? Let's figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Because of this tricky little fucking trial, the jury asked to see some of Nicole's clothing, which I guess was used in the case as evidence and had like DNA or some shit like that. I don't know. It was like a big point in the case, something to do about her clothing, right? So they were like, okay, let us see the clothing so that we can help determine if this is true or not. Is it really what you're claiming? But it was discovered that her clothing had been burned like 2 months after she had passed away or
That's
been
fucking
murdered.
weird.
Yeah. So obviously Yas's legal team jumps all over this and is like, why the hell would you destroy evidence?
Yeah.
See, this investigation is flawed. You can't trust the evidence that they provide.
Yeah. Also, like 2 years ago, it was the stepbrother. And then 2 years before that, it was the stepdad.
All over the fucking place. And I'm assuming that this evidence was presented as a picture. So then they're like, you don't know what's in that fucking picture. Like, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Again, I don't really know the details. A lot of it's kind of like protected from the public at the time. And also, I didn't really dig that hard. I was just like, oh, that's fucking weird. They burned evidence while it was still an investigation.
Yeah, there hasn't been a trial or anything.
What the fuck?
Also, why would you burn it?
I think that's how they destroy it. Like, they don't just throw it away.
Yeah, but you could give it back to the family, too.
Yeah, I know. But, like, who wants, like...
I would.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
I want anything that my kid ever touches.
Yeah, but, like, imagine if your kid died in those clothes and, like, decomposed in those clothes.
Well, I don't ever say that again about my child.
Well, you just said you want everything your kid touches.
I mean, I wouldn't want it burned. I don't know. I'd bury it or something. Like, I don't know.
You know what I thought?
You'd keep it in a baggie in your closet?
Yeah, and then, like, fucking rub sage all over it. No, I was thinking, oh, they didn't just, like, bury her in it?
No, you get buried in something nice. So your ghost has a cute outfit.
Here's the thing, though. Do you die? Are you a ghost in what you're buried in or what you die in?
Probably what you die in.
Yeah, so, stupid theory.
Okay, fair.
Are the clothing in the condition that they were when you died
Yeah,
or when you're found? If a
When
tree
you
falls
died.
in the woods
when you died.
and no one is around to hear it, doesn't make a sound. Okay, when you died. Okay. All right, so now, again, the defense is like, can't believe anything they're saying. They burn the evidence. They're dumb. Don't fucking listen to them.
Yeah.
And again, they bring up that whole point that there's 2 other DNA samples found on Nicole, and those people were just as likely to be the killer in theory. And it doesn't confirm that Yas is the killer just because his DNA was there.
Yeah.
Turns out the other 2 samples are believed to have belonged to Nicole's boyfriend and Andy, but it's never actually confirmed.
Who the fuck is Andy? The brother?
Andy is the stepbrother. So they're not biologically related.
Doesn't matter.
And people do that shit in pornos all the time.
Allegedly.
But she also had a boyfriend.
Oh no, I'm stuck, step bro.
I
In
slipped
the
and fell on your
dryer.
dick. But that is like hearsay.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that could be proven one way or another.
I don't know if it ever is, though. Like, it could have been, and
Yeah.
that this is me telling you that, but that
should
could
have
also
been.
just be, like, rumors. Because I don't think a lot of it was revealed or given out to the public, and also, I don't fucking know.
Okay.
But his defense is like, you should fucking question that.
Yeah, yeah.
The fuck's up with those people?
Yeah. Especially step-bro over there.
Man, that like weirds me out. But then again, I'm like, I mean, technically they're not fucking blood related. Like,
Yeah, but it's also sleeping with someone that you've hung around with since you were like 6.
yeah, but that's also like, oh, we've been best friends since we were 6 and now we're going to get married. It's only weird because our parents fucked. You know? Like, that's the only reason it's weird.
Yeah.
As a society, we're like, that's gross. But
Yeah.
like, it's just because your parents hooked up before you did.
That's gross.
Is it though? It's just because your parents hooked up and they're not hooked up anymore. She did.
Well, Jesus.
Well,
When you put it that way.
right? Where's your morals now, motherfucker? I don't get it.
I mean, I guess. But when someone is supposed to be like your quote-unquote brother, it's like, it's a different relationship.
Yeah, I agree. It's weird. It's just also like on paper, when you draw it out, it's like, why? Why?
I get it. There's no blood ties.
Yeah, like you're not going to inbreed.
Your children won't have hooves or whatever. It'll
Yeah.
be fine.
You don't know that.
Probably.
Likely.
Most likely it'll be all right. But I don't like it. It's icky.
Yeah, it kind of makes me icky too. And then I wonder, like, was he being abusive towards her? Was it consensual? You don't know. But she
Yeah.
also had a boyfriend, allegedly. So, like, 15, they're boning. Jesus Christ.
It was a different time.
Different times. All right, so it's also determined that a Swiss Army knife was likely the tool that was used to stab Nicole to death. Have you ever seen how tiny those blades are?
They're very small.
That seems like a horrific death. Like, that is a tiny little, like, death by 1,000 cuts.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Like, I
sad
get
and
that-
gross and
Yeah.
scary.
I get that if you hit, like, important things, obviously you're going to die. But it just seems like, this is going to sound horrible, but it seems like a quick slash to the throat seems less dramatic than a bunch of little tiny slices all over your body, and then it's like internal damage. And remember I said they poked her, like, ribs had stab wounds, tiny little holes? Ugh,
I mean,
not before a big trip.
yeah, that's really gross.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. It freaked me out. And then it's got, like, tools and stuff. I don't know. Okay, but they
You're
did-
thinking too much about it.
I am thinking way too much about it. But the police did say, like I said, we're all determining that she was stabbed because there's a Swiss Army knife and stuff. But when the police publicly talked about her death, they just said she met a horrific end.
Oh, God.
So it wasn't like, I mean, obviously you can't get stabbed to death, and people were like, oh, it's so peaceful, you know, but it sounded
Well, at
rough.
least she got stabbed to death. Like, what?
Those words will never be uttered.
Yeah.
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 Oh my gosh. Okay, so during the trial, 2 witnesses actually contacted the police and claimed that Yoss had admitted to them that he had killed Nicole while they were in a treatment facility altogether.
Okay, where were you fucking 10 years ago?
Right? Okay, but the trial spans on for like 2 fucking years.
Jesus.
Like they keep starting it and stopping it for various reasons, but it's like ongoing this whole time. So during this time, 2 people step forward and they're like, guess what? I got some tea.
Yeah.
Now, because of the lack of evidence in the case, like the physical evidence and everything, the charge was lessened from homicide to manslaughter. So I think during the trial, they were like, you know what, we're going to go after manslaughter instead because shit ain't panning out exactly how we would like it to.
I mean, it is rough that you have 2 other DNAs that you don't have anything accounted for.
Ugh, yeah. Like, other than this guy's pretty fucking shady, he's raped before, he's been convicted of raping before, but he's never been convicted of murder. So, like, what you gonna do? So
I mean, rape's pretty fucking bad and, like, damning.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Like, I got my eye on you.
Yeah, yeah.
But it does not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that,
No, but also he was, like, 13 years older than her or something.
yeah, gross.
And he had raped before. And they're like, maybe it was consensual.
Yeah.
She was 15.
Likely not.
Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah. The rape part.
Yeah.
But the murder part,
I mean, fucking put it all in a basket.
put it all in there. Go for the highest level. We're going to go for a high score. So that's basically what they started with. And as it started like turning that out in their favor, they're like, okay, well, let's just go for the lesser charge of manslaughter. Mm-hmm. The trial dragged on for 2 years, like I said. And in the end, the DNA evidence only proved that he had had sex with Nicole, but not that he had murdered her. So on November 21st, 2016, he was acquitted of her murder,
What the fuck?
but found guilty of rape and sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Oh my God.
That's fucking crazy, right? After he served his 5 years of prison time, he was to be sent to a psychiatric treatment facility for no less than 3 years, but for as long as it took for him to be rehabilitated or whatever. The prosecution is like, bullshit, and they appeal this because they're like, that's fucking insane. Like, we're like 95% sure he murdered her, and he's only gonna get 5 years. So they appeal, and it was successful. And during this time, Yoss is like, no, I'm totally still innocent. And in the appeal, it was determined that the prosecution was right And Yas was convicted of manslaughter also.
Oh, shit.
And his sentence was increased to 12 years.
Oh, my God. What the fuck?
Isn't that fucking crazy? That's it.
With the mental institution after still?
Yeah.
Oh,
Still
that's
with the
good
mental.
at least.
Yeah. But like fucking found that like, yeah, he murdered her.
What changed in the evidence? Do you know?
I don't really know. It was just like this whole thing is a roller coaster
Yeah.
of information. But Andy, the stepbrother, later comes out and admits that he had falsely confessed to Nicole's murder and like accused his dad and everything strictly to get interest in the case. And it worked because it was a cold case. So that's the only reason they did that little stunt, basically.
What?
And he was like, it was irresponsible and it could have gone really bad for me, but it was worth it because nothing was happening in her case.
Oh, okay, stepbro, but like, why was your jizz in there?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, I don't know if that's allegedly his jizz was there or if they're like, no, don't worry, we ironed that all out. It was consensual. And everybody's like, totally, I've seen pornos. Or maybe it wasn't jizz. Maybe it was some other DNA. But I heard that it was jizz.
Okay. I mean, if it was jizz, either which way, if it was consensual or not, that's real fucking risky.
Oh, yeah. To be like, exhume her body, check the DNA.
Yeah, check that shit out. Yeah, I mean, it's mine, but like, she wanted me to put it there. Like,
yeah, we said it was okay.
ooh. But also, he took a risk.
And it worked.
See if it pays off for him, Cotton.
Okay, so let's consider allegedly. Let's just say, like, based off of what I found, it is jizz.
Mm-hmm.
She's got Andy's boyfriends and Yas's all on her at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that her and Andy are like a side piece or something?
Yeah. She would have like a boyfriend that they're banging or whatever, and then she goes home and, I mean, assuming that's consensual or whatever, is like, oh, I don't know, we got in a fight. Whatever.
My God, this poor chick. I'm just thinking, like, my life at 15, I don't want to be banging everybody.
My life
Like,
at 15,
if that
I
were-
wasn't thinking about it.
No, exactly. That's what I mean is, like, if that were the scenario where it was those two were consensual, if it is jizz and those two were consensual, it's just, like, mind-blowing to me. Like, as a chick, as a 15-year-old chick, I wasn't even thinking of that.
Yeah.
When I was eventually thinking of that.
But some people were, and like she
Yeah.
had a job and stuff, which makes me think that she kind of grew up like,
quicker.
quicker.
Maybe. Oh, my God. Just feel
And-
bad. What if it was, like, abuse in the home, too?
It absolutely could have been that.
Fuck. I don't know. I don't know the answers to any of that.
But then it makes you think like he wouldn't have fucking prolonged the investigation. If it was abuse in the home, he'd be like, "Ew, sorry, that happened
That's
back
what
there."
I was thinking. Like, you wouldn't openly admit to it. So that makes me think two things. Either one, he was confident enough in himself to be like, yes, it was consensual, it's okay. Or it wasn't jizz DNA.
Yeah, or it wasn't his. Like it was just a rumor.
Yeah.
It wasn't
yeah,
actually his.
Yeah.
Because again, that's something that they could definitely prove
Yeah.
one way or the other.
Exactly. So, but isn't that crazy? Like, I don't know if I would even think of that as an option. Like, if that had happened to my family member.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I'd be like, no, I don't want to muddy the waters. But I guess he was like, oh, there's no fucking waters to muddy. Nobody's looking at it. So let's just fucking stir the pot on this goddamn thing.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
I would never consider that. Also, I would be so scared to do it.
Right? And he fucking blasted that shit on Facebook. Like, hey, everybody, just so you know, some shit's about to go down. Grab
He's
your
all
popcorn.
vague booking. I really don't want anyone to ask me about it right now, but I'm gonna go to jail tomorrow.
Yeah. And then the first comment is like, what happens? And then he replies,
I'll DM you. And you're like, man, I just want to fucking know.
I want to snoop, but not give you the validation that I want to know.
Yeah.
Facebook is weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you want to come join us on Facebook, we're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at ISGD Podcast.
Hell yeah.
Also, if you want to check out pictures pertaining to this case, go to isgdpodcast.com. And while you're there, join our fucking Patreon. For as little as $1 every month, you get one extra episode. Or as little as $10 every month, you get all of the video access and behind-the-scenes content of every fucking episode that we make.
What else?
Every goddamn episode. Oh, there's a $7 tier.
There's a $7
Have we not
tier.
talked about this yet?
I don't think so. I think
Well-
Freddie would be very disappointed that we have not mentioned
Yeah,
it.
seriously, what the fuck, man? We're so bad at this. There's a middle tier for $7. You get access to all of the behind-the-scenes content audio version.
Mm-hmm.
So for every fucking episode.
But also you get like stickers and shit too. In
Yeah.
the $10 one too.
Oh, yeah. $7 and $10. You get stickers. I don't remember the logistics behind the stickers.
Listen, go check it out.
Yeah, it's great. It's
They'll
great.
explain it better than
Like,
we will.
Every few months you get a sticker. And they're like exclusive.
Yeah. Boom. Just for you guys.
Only for you.
Or maybe not you, but like you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you.
One of them is going to be suddenly space vampires.
Poof.
Just a vampire in space.
I want to suck your blood. All right. So also, would you please email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, crushed it.
And then and then if you want to snail mail us, you could do that at our P.O. Box.
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
And until next week, you motherfuckers, you have a dandy motherfucking day. Motherfucking day.
Bye.
Later.